For those of you who don't know me, I am Abbe Devere, the daughter of Nicholas Devere von Drachenberg. I inherited the Royal Dragon Court, the royalties of the book back in 2013 when he passed away. I've been dealing with the Royal Dragon Court and its many followers. Some absolutely balmy and some really, really nice intellectual people who do have a vested interest in genealogy, which is quite good. I've been doing that since 2013. I've built the websites, I promote the book. Right now we are sat on, and this is why I like the genealogists and the historians, we are sat on the tree in the middle of my field, said tree, with lovely views behind me. That is the views of the River Tean, Bishop Stainton over there. And then we've got right in the heart of farming country, the bales of hay. That field over there, my family, the Wrights, lived here, and they used the straw on that field to thatch all of the houses on this land. Now, if we just have a little bit of a walk, the reason why I'm doing this, and I just literally are covered in hay, spraying fly spray on my animals to stop the flies infesting and creating maggots. But yeah, I digress as usual. So yeah, over there we have, I can't even see now, the River Tean. And then over here, right behind me, if we can see it, is there a way that we can see it? We have Hackham. And all of this land was owned by, if you get it like that, it was all owned by my ancestors, the Deveres and the Courtneys, the Carews, the Careys. They all owned this land back in the 1600s. Their family owned it before them, and it's been passed down through generations. Unbeknown to me, I bought my own land back. So then I found out that my mum's family lived in the area, and that all of my mum's and dad's family, mum's the Courtneys, dad's the Deveres, they lived here and owned this land as well. Now this land, I think it's been used for vegetable plots and mainly grazing, but since I bought it, it was naked land. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I call it Mount Kilimanjaro because it is a mountain. My grandparents told me when I was 14, do not buy a hill, and Grandad said she'll buy a hill because she'll need it for her horses. I didn't know that, but this is what I've created, all single-handedly with the help from Toby Sheds. So there's absolutely nothing here, and as you can see, my beautiful goats, horses, all eating their hay, chilling out. So yeah, you can buy back your ancestral lands. We have coming up a lot of people, and it sounds like I keep going on about this, but we do not do membership to the Dragon Court. It was my father's wishes, and we don't want to become like titles, inheriting titles, things like that, where it's fake. So I don't want to sell you a PDF to a virtual membership. I just don't think it's right. I've got too much integrity. I laughed at somebody the other day. He was being very, very vile to me in talking about him being part of a mythological creature and how he wanted to camp out here and he wanted to see me face to face so I could do his DNA test. So I said to him, if you really want to be a member of the Royal Dragon Court, I'll charge you £100,000 just for the sheer fun of it. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't want anybody else's money in that sense. What I want to be able to do is give you something a little bit more personal. So I have created this wonderful first edition gift set. I'm looking down because if I don't look down, I will fall flat on my ass. First edition Royal Dragon Court gift set, and it's got a lovely little fleur-de-lis emblem on it, and I'm not going to go into exactly what it is until I get everything here, and then I can show you, but it's going to have one of the very first editions of my book. Now this book is called Inbred Britain, And it's not just going over mythology. Because I've done a law degree, it kind of goes over everything that is evidence-based. So I'm hitting upon anthropologies. Now, I'm not an anthropologist, I'm not a scientist, I'm a researcher. So that's what law enables you to do. It enables you to research thoroughly. And that's what I've done with the book. I've gone back through time, and the main question we ask is, who are we? Where do we come from? And I've answered that question, and I've never before has an author been able to mix anthropology, science, history, mythology to come up with a conclusive argument. And yeah, some of the information that I've come up with is absolutely groundbreaking. So you're going to be reading a book that is a little bit about myself and my genealogy, because it just isn't just about me. It ties into everybody else's genealogy, because we are all inbred as fuck. So there's going to be names there, there's going to be DNA, there's going to be genome and haplogroup markers that you're going to be able to associate yourself with. So it's not, she says in her accent, it's not that elitist. Forgive me. But no, we are all related, and I mean, nobody is better than anybody else. Unless you do want to knock on the doors of the insane asylum, I don't have enough straitjackets for you. Quite frankly, I think I wouldn't have enough room and padded cells, but that's a different story. But yeah, to all of those people who do have a vested interest in history, archaeology, anthropology, genealogy as well, and have been asking the same sort of questions as most of the world has, to be fair, then I think my book is definitely going to be for you. And I put it in as a trilogy of my father's, because there's certain things in my father's book that people just didn't get. When a couple of years ago, more than a decade ago, before I started doing this, I had one of my father's books, and I showed it to my in-laws at the time, and they went over to the section of the vampire rite, and they laughed and scoffed and said, who do you think you are? And I said, well, actually, my dad was a prince and he's done all of this, and they laughed at me. They absolutely laughed at me. Hello, are you going to come and say hello? And yeah, it was quite unnerving, really, that you're never going to fit in, you're never going to be part of that family, and all they're going to do is take the piss out of you, when in all reality it is real, it is true. Look, I'm sorry, but Baby Noodles has come to say hello. Are you coming to say hello, Baby Noodles? Are you going to come and say hello to Mummy? Go hi. Hi. He was the first on the farm. So yeah, the book goes on to go into the etymology of what the serpent is, and how the serpent has been distorted, how Baphomet has been distorted as well. So I do touch upon mythology in that sense, because that was the only way that we could decipher who these gods were, and why they were worshipped in such a way. A lot of it's to do with healing, health and fertility, which is quite lovely. So am I a Baphomet loving dragon? I don't know. You tell me. I got a Baphomet there, and a Baphomet there, and a Baphomet there, and a Baphomet there. And they're the most loving animals. If I didn't have my goats, then I really would not know what the extent of love was. So yeah, the dragon seed tells you all about my father's genealogy, and it goes on about all the other genealogies. The dragon seed tells you about the weirs as well, and my book tells you about pretty much everyone that's interconnected. I'll probably have to do another book, but I mean, I'm on over 130,000 words, and my index and bibliography's absolutely done my head in, so I might end up saving it for another time. But as I'm doing this, I'm setting up Dragon Publishing. So we are looking for authors, writers who have a vested interest in the similar genre as us: history, anthropology, anything dragon court related, Knights Templars. I've got one writer who's writing quite a vast amount of information about Jesus. Now, that's not my forte. I don't like to go into that, but he can have it. So yeah, if anybody else wants to be published under Dragon Publishing, we can certainly draw you up a contract and give you a much better percentage of royalties than what you would do as a normal author. You probably only get around about 12 to 15%, 15 at a push. But this is obviously going to be based on sales only, so you're not going to be getting any money straight up front. It's basically just so that you can come in under the Royal Dragon Court name, to give you that little bit of an extra boost, and all of your books will be advertised on the website, likewise with mine. So yeah, when you get a chance to have a look into it, keep your eyes open for the gift set and the book, which is going to be published next week. I'm literally just crossing the T's and dotting the I's, sorting out all of the spelling mistakes now, and I hope to get it published by the 16th of August, which is the anniversary of the death of my mother. Yeah, 2 dead parents. As like an ode to both parents, you know, an ode to both parents, as a thank you to both of them, for me to be able to change what's usually quite a sad day. Well, I say that, I normally do something towards a charity or raise money or something, but I stopped doing that. So instead I'm going to be publishing my book. So keep your eyes open, have a look out for them, buy all 3, because they all connect together. And it's been it's been more than 12 years that the Dragon Court has had a book out. So yeah, it's a very momentous occasion for myself and my very close friends who have been supporting me. And yeah, thank you also to everybody who has supported me and has bought the books. Royalties have come in again, and yeah, every 6 months I get a lovely little check, which tells me that we're still doing all right. We're still doing okay. People are still buying the Dragon Legacy. They're still buying the Dragon Seed. And now you can buy my book as well. So thank you.